What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at a 2022 Ford F150 King Ranch. Huge shout out and thank you to Mooresville Ford. They're providing this F150 for today's video. Definitely check their website, links down below. And the model that we're looking at today is a 4x4 SuperCrew, finished off in Antimatter Blue metallic, and has an MSRP at $72,300. Underneath the hood of this F150 King Ranch, we get the optional 3.5-liter EcoBoost 6-cylinder. This twin-turbo V6 pumps out 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. It's paired only to the 10-speed automatic transmission and a sense of power to the rear wheels. However, we do have a 4-wheel drive transfer case. The curb weight is around 5,000 pounds, and it can run on either a 26 or a 36-gallon fuel tank. And with all that, you can expect miles per gallon to be at 17 in the city and 23 out on the highway. The overall length is 231.7 inches with wheelbase at 145.4. Height is 77.2 and width is 79.7 inches. Approach angle is 24.3 degrees with breakover at 20 degrees. Minimum ground clearance comes in at 9.4 inches, and then departure angle is 25.3 degrees. With the EcoBoost configuration, max towing capacity is around 10,000 pounds and payload is close to 3,000 pounds. Moving to the exterior styling with the 2022 F150 King Ranch. This gets a lot of chrome trim all around, and then some of the trim even has a really cool bronze accent color. If we move to the headlights, hitting the unlock button, you can see the massive LED daytime running light in a C shape, and it even cuts down towards the fog light. We get LED fog lights and then LEDs for the headlight as well as the high beam. There's also chrome trim within it. We get a chrome metal front bumper with all of your parking sensors. You get metal tow hooks finished off in chrome, and then an opening in the lower side to allow cooling to the intercooler. There's even active grille shutters to provide more aerodynamics or efficiency when needed. And then we get chrome for the entire grille surround. It has a very classy design. You can see that bronzish gray color moving through the center, as well as pieces along this whole mesh. Ford logo is right in the center with a forward-facing camera, and then we have more active shutters behind this mesh. The Ford F-150 has a really nice look. There's a lot of squared-off designs to it to really give it some nice road presence and stand out. You can see how the hood also has squarish lines that flow their way to the forward portion of the front bumper. And then I really like all the raises and contours within the hood just to give it that beefy design. And then moving to the side profile, as I step closer to the truck, the running boards are going to automatically come out because they are sensing the key fob in my pocket. We get a set of 20-inch wheels finished off in chrome, and we even get the King Ranch logo right in the center for the hub. They're a 6-spoke design, contrasts very well with this paintwork and the overall design. The F-150 King Ranch logo is on the back side of the front fender with more chrome as well as that cool color accent. We also get a set of chrome mirror caps, and if you unlock the truck, they automatically fold out. We get an LED light on the side as well as a lower camera, and then you can see black trim running around it all the way through these side windows. We also get a set of chrome door handles and then chrome trim on the lower side of these doors, and then more body molding in the lower portion here. Has a really nice look, and it cuts all the way from the front and then all the way into the bedside. You can see a chrome exhaust tip on this passenger side, as well as your FX4 off-road logo on the bedside. Towards this back glass, you can see the opening in the center. We have another camera located back here, and then moving to the roof, we get your full panoramic sunroof. The full crew cab design, along with the shorter bed, has a really proportional side profile. I think it really stands out to give this some great dimensions. And then as we move our way to the rear end of the F-150, you can see these LED taillights that glow red on the outer perimeter. They also have some brushed aluminum and chrome accents and a really nice contour to them. Towards the center of the tailgate, we get your Ford logo and EcoBoost over on the right, and then King Ranch is stamped into this aluminum colored piece. Has a really cool design. We also get some chrome up top for your release handle. There's a camera as well as an LED light. And then moving down below, we have a chrome metal rear bumper with more parking sensors. Trailer hitch is right in the center with all the connections on the left side of the license plate. So there's a full look at the exterior with the 2022 F-150 King Ranch. We also get remote start for this truck. Taking a look at Ford's key fob, you can see the aluminum colors on it. All you have to do is lock the truck, and then if I double tap on the engine start stop button, the EcoBoost engine roars to life. You can hear it idling, which is a pretty cool feature to have. Just tapping it once, it'll automatically shut off, and then keeping the truck locked with the key fob in my pocket. All I have to do is grab the door handle, it automatically unlocks, the mirrors fold out, and we can check out this really nice interior. The King Ranch trim level gets the Java interior with Kingsville leather. It also has a really cool brushed aluminum accent for a lot of the trim. If we take a look at the door panel now, you can see all this leather along the armrest, has some piping to it as well as contrast stitching. We even get some padding for your armrest, more of the leather piping and stitching all throughout this area up top. We get your grab handle up top here, all the window and mirror controls as well as your memory seating. We get some wood accent on the top, and then it even says King Ranch right here. You get a lot of storage all throughout this door panel, and then part of the Bang & Olufson audio system. Moving inside, you can see how nice of a step you get for these power side steps. King Ranch is along the door sill, and then we have chrome trim along the seats with all of your power controls. A really cool design with the darker brown and then the perforated lighter brown color. You get all the stitching. Definitely a fantastic looking interior. That is what King Ranch is known for. They really stand out. You get the logo up top, and I really like this small piece right here with the logo and everything. And then part of the Bang & Olufson, you get speakers in the headrest. You can see the perforated leather. And then spinning around to the brown leather along the steering wheel, and then more of this really cool aluminum color accent and your King Ranch logo. And then now onto the interior, keeping my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. The full LCD display is going to come up for this interior gauge cluster. You can see your tachometer over on the left side with a really cool digital readout, and then your speedometer over on the right side. In this current mode, you just see a little bit of information in the center, but you can control all of that with the controls on the right side of the steering wheel. If I tap the menu icon, you can see how it changes a little bit. And then from here, I can scroll through all sorts of different things. Hitting my view, we have the calm screen that we were just in. We can see some economical information, trip information, then you can configure it. If I go back, we can go into actual information for the trip. It'll open up a few different items. You can tap into one of these and see all sorts of different things. So I like how configurable these screens really are. We can also keep going back and go into more information for truck. Going into here, you can see off-road and tire pressure and all sorts of things like that. And I love in the off-road setting, you get a huge pitch and roll meter. The gauges change up a little bit. We have more information like power distribution, engine info. Moving to the steering wheel now, on the left side, we have all the cruise control settings as well as the distance pacing, some Bluetooth and audio controls. We have a few more controls for audio over on this right side. We get the turn signal stalk on the left with your wiper blades, and then just the push start over on the right side since we don't have anything on the right. On the left of the actual steering wheel, we have that really cool brushed aluminum design all around this air vent, and then below that, we have your LED corner lights for the mirrors, a button for the tailgate, all of your headlight controls, electronic parking brake, and then a button to control the pedals. We do get a power operated steering wheel as well, and then brown leather going across this dashboard with more of the stitching, and I really like how on this backside you get this King Ranch logo in this wood trim. A very nice attention to detail. This brushed aluminum goes across the center screen, Bang & Olufson in the center with a little bit of storage, and then more of the leather and wood trim all along this right side. You get that same design running here, and pressing that, this is actually a secondary glove box. Really cool with the chrome trim, and then the normal glove box is down below that. Quite a lot of storage space. Moving up top, we have your downhill assist, traction control, parking sensors, and then a shortcut for the camera system. You can see we have the front view camera right there with a full top-down view on this right side. And it's really cool if I go ahead and put it into reverse, it'll switch that left camera to the backup camera. And then from here, you can toggle this icon and see all the different views for a full view for the rear, 3/4 view. You can see what's in the bed. You can turn the camera off, trailer hitch, and then a towing mode. Putting it back into park to take a look at this full HD screen. This is the Sync 4 system, massive screen. We have all your audio control. You can go into the phone integration as well as your full screen for navigation. You have a favorites icon with a few different apps along here. You can even have your running boards. You can toggle that down here and kind of change it. You have an apps icon as well with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And then all of your settings with a few pages. You can control the seats. You can see into here the massage feature, all sorts of different configurations within the screen, and then the features icon over here. On this far right side, you get a pretty cool area where you can just scroll up through a few different items, And it's cool when you are in one of these modes, if you toggle down with one with an arrow, you can actually switch it and mix the screens kind of like that. It's pretty neat the way everything is laid out. On the left side of the screen, we have your Pro Trailer icon. You can adjust this left and right to help you with your backing up. Beneath that, we have more of the trailer settings, and then all of your four-wheel drive controls and your rear locking differential. Underneath the screen, we have physical controls for all the audio with volume on the left, tuning on the right, and then physical climate controls down below with the dual zone. I really like how you can toggle this on and off, and then adjusting the temperature, it comes up on the screen when you change everything. You also have your heated and ventilated seats. Your fan speed is right in the center with another toggle switch, and it all comes up on the screen once you adjust anything. Underneath that, we get wireless phone charging, as well as some USB ports, and when you close this, we get more of that wood trim and the King Ranch logo. Really cool attention to detail with more of this aluminum colored accent. We get your two cup holders over on the right side with a slot that you can store your cell phone. And then you have more leather and stitching along the shifter with some chrome trim. Pressing this button, it'll fold down into place. You can see all of your drive modes as well as a manual mode. And then with that folded down, you can grab the back part of this armrest and flip this up to make it a workbench. This is great for food, papers, your computer. So if you're using this as a work truck, you definitely have a lot of room for stuff like that. We also get the King Ranch logo with your established in 1853, which is a really cool touch. And then pressing the forwards button, we can lift this out of the way. We have a removable storage tray, and then quite a lot of storage space down in here. And then one last look at the interior. I love all the colors. King Ranch is known for having these super nice interiors. They have a really nice country vibe to them. Up top, we also have that panoramic sunroof that I mentioned earlier. You can see speakers in the headrest, the brown color, and then all of your sunroof controls up front with the power sliding glass button, and then all of your dome lights. And then moving to the rear seat space, if I grab the door handle and open up the door, the automatic deploying running boards will also open up. We have the same colors on the entire door panel, which has a really nice design. And then all these same designs along these rear seats with the perforated leather and smooth leather. And you even get the King Ranch logo up top. We get a 3-seater bench row back here. Get some storage on the back side of the front seats, climate air vents, heated seats, a 12-volt, some power controls down below, and then even 2 cup holders with some chrome trim. You can also grab the base of these seats, lift them up. They'll lock into place for added storage space underneath them. This area is actually configurable. You can grab the handle right here and lower this down, and this will actually fold down flat to get it out of the way for more interior space. So sitting now in the back of this F-150 King Ranch, the SuperCrew gives you a ton of space in here. I'm 5'11", and I even have the driver's seat set at my height, and I have over a foot of knee room, and my feet are fitting really well underneath. I have a pretty good amount of headroom, maybe like an inch or so, and then of course if you have the sunshade open, you have so much light let in. There's a lot of glass around you to make it feel pretty open. Nice size armrest on this left side, and these seats actually have a lot of padding in them. They are really comfortable, and the recline's at a pretty good angle to make this actually pretty usable to sit back here. We can open up this center piece. We get a nice armrest with 2 more cup holders, and then I love the addition with the power sliding rear glass. When that's opened up, you can get some extra airflow. And to move on to the tailgate and bed space, I can double tap the button on the key fob, press the one on the back side of the tailgate, or the one on the interior. It'll automatically open up. We get a painted metal bed in here. You can see an LED light over on this far right side, and then we get a lot of areas for tie downs as well as hooks. And you see how everything is laid out. We have the button right over here for the actual LED lights, and then a power outlet on this far left side. This tailgate itself has a lot of cool configurabilities. You can see a measuring system right in this back side with centimeters as well as inches, which is really great, of course, if this is going to be your work truck. We also have a spot for C-clamps that you can clamp down a board or something to turn this into a workbench. And then my favorite feature is the F-Series. Have this button you can press. We can lower this entire step down. A handle pops out that you can lift up and lock into place. Extend that. And then we have a really easy way to enter and exit your bed. And with that all folded back into place, all I have to do is grab on the underside and find the button. And if I press it once, it's going to automatically pull the tailgate back into place. All right guys, so we are going to set off now in the 2022 F-150 King Ranch. This is definitely a really sweet truck inside and out. I love these specifications. So leaving it in the normal mode for right now, just to get our bearings with it, you have a really good view out all of the glass. You have a huge windshield. The mirrors do a great job. Windows are large as well. And then over my left and right shoulder, I mean, pretty much no blind spots in a truck. They're always really good. The overall ride quality seems pretty comfortable with the suspension and everything. The seats absorb the bumps too because they're so padded. Armrests are in a great place. It's an easy truck to kind of get comfortable with. You know, just the headrest there, all the different power controls. You could daily drive this. You could use it for your work truck, you know, doing the long hauls from job to job. You could really just drive this all the time. And with the back seat space, I mean, quite honestly, this is a family truck. You could really use it for anything. As far as the drivetrain, so we have the optional EcoBoost. You have a ton of torque in here, and then the 10-speed automatic. So normal driving, it seems really comfortable and smooth. You don't hear much. It's a really insulated truck. There's no road noise or wind noise. We're going 50 miles an hour. And if I hit the brakes kind of hard, they do a really good job bringing us down to speed. And then when I give it some gas, the EcoBoost has some torque. That was up to 55. The EcoBoost really does pack a punch and get you up to some speed. And the 10-speed, you don't feel any gear changes. It just lightning quick shifts and does what it needs to do. We have some twisty roads, we'll kind of feel that out. We also do have a manual shift mode on the shifter. So let's dial it up a notch and go into the sport mode. It really does carry its weight really nicely. A little awkward to shift down here. I highly doubt many people are going to be doing manual mode in this, but if I leave it in automatic, sport mode, it keeps the revs a little bit higher. We're at 2,700 RPM, cruising at 50. If I give it some gas, throttle response is way quicker, and the whole thing just sharpens up. That is a really cool touch. All right, so now in the POV, we got some big bumps to hit. Suspension definitely does a great job absorbing bumps in this new King Ranch. So cruising now in the normal mode, like I said, nice and comfortable, and then we will dial this up a notch. I love the animations you get and how the colors all change. Ford does a really good job with that. That's a really cool touch. So into sport mode now, you can see how everything is set up. Man, this thing is quick. It really does pack a punch. Not everybody likes the EcoBoost, being it's not a V8, but man, you do not get that torque elsewhere. I love that touch. We'll go back into the normal mode now. And then as far as the interior, the use of materials, the fit and finish, you know, this is over $70,000, so it's got to be a nice truck. When you're in here, the leather feels really nice. Same with everything that you touch. I think they really did do a good job, especially with this new generation F150. I mean, the new interior is insane already with all the digital screens and everything, and the use of materials matches that. While a lot of it is plastic, I mean, none of this is actually brushed aluminum. This is all plastic as well. The plastic does feel really nice. It even kind of has that cold touch to it. So it is a high quality material, and actually that's hard to tell if that's plastic or metal because it actually is really cold. But nonetheless, you know, it looks really good, and the fact that I can't even tell if it's plastic or metal, you know, it's got to be something nice. Everything in this truck does feel like it's up to par with what you're paying for. And the F-150 is #1 in its class for a reason. Its sales numbers are #1 for a reason, and I think this really is just the good benchmark of what you get for a full-size pickup truck. It really can do it all. And with all the different trim levels available for the F-150, you can get it to pretty much whatever you want. You don't need to spend this much on a King Ranch. You could tone it down if you want something a little bit more affordable, or even crank it up a notch if you want more out of your truck, and of course even opt for a Raptor if you want some performance. So really can't complain. The F-150 is top on my radar if I were to be buying a truck like this. I really do like it a lot. I think that's about it then for the 2022 King Ranch. I love the trim level, and I just love this interior. It's a really pleasant truck to be in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, checking out this 2022 F-150. Check out Mooresville Ford. They have a huge selection of the 2022 lineup, so definitely check them out. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content to come, and we will see you guys in the next video.